If you're like me, you started publishing online before you were worried about internet statistics. Dear Internet, if nobody reads this blog post, did I make a blog post at all? But that's not how you make money blogging. Hey Internet, Andrea here, and in this episode of Andrea Optimizes Her Website, I get the lowdown on how to increase my traffic using search engine optimization. Now, most of my site traffic does come through search engines, with Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram kind of battling it out for second place. So I know that investing in SEO is a really good idea because I want to make sure that I'm ranking so people can find my blog. I also know that some of my blog posts that do rank really well have a high bounce rate, which means that the people landing on the page aren't getting what they thought they were. So to dig into why that might be happening and how I can improve my overall SEO, I reached out to Kinsta's head of content, Matteo. Hey Matteo, thanks so much for hopping on this call with me. What can I do to bulk optimize and to save time doing all of that work on my current blog posts?
I would start, as always, if you want to have a huge impact in the long run, I always like to start from setting the foundation properly. So make sure that your Google Analytics or one of its alternative is properly set up. The second one is, add your website to Google Search Console. It's a free tool, but it's super powerful because you have a lot of insight that Google Analytics doesn't provide you with, but also you can spot almost immediately several issues that have to do maybe with speed, with sitemaps and stuff. Speaking about sitemaps, yes, that's also something that is part of the foundation. So make sure that you're feeding search engines with XML sitemaps correctly formatted. So you have, plugins that can help you do this. You don't have to know, development or stuff. But yeah, make sure that you're tracking your users. You're always up to date with issues and performances related topics like Google, thanks to Google Search Console, and also feeding continuously search engines with XML sitemaps. Then, of course, it's mostly about, I would suggest to do some on-page SEO stuff, like that I mentioned, title, slug, content structure, internal and external links, and optimizing your images, not just about, lowering and shrinking down their sizes, but also file names using alt tags and stuff. And last but not least, if you want to get serious about SEO, it's about, picking a fast hosting provider. Because no matter how good you are at optimizing your site, you won't get any faster if it's hosted on a crappy, hosting provider.
Now, I already have a couple of the things Matteo mentioned installed on Capsule Suitcase, but I'm going to double check some of them. I used Google's structured data testing tool to make sure that my XML sitemap was working properly. I have mine configured through the Yoast SEO plugin. One thing that also stood out is that I haven't told Google Search Console that I've updated my CDN to Kinsta's yet, so I'm going to make sure I do that. Part of me wants to crack down on all 200 plus blog posts that I've already published to make sure each and every one is optimized to its maximum capacity. But that's not realistic for me, and I know it's not realistic for most bloggers. So instead, I'm going to apply the checklist that Matteo shared with me moving forward and make sure that every single blog post that I publish from here on out adheres to the rules of SEO good practice. We saw in the last video that I was able to cut down my site speed to under 3 seconds. Now it's 2 weeks later, and I have a little bit more data to share about how my website optimizations have been performing. This is COVID, where my travel blog took a huge hit for obvious reasons, and while some of this may be due to an increase in searches for travel content, I can actually show you exactly when I migrated to Kinsta. Now, if I go into Google Search Console, I can actually show you when I applied those speed boosting techniques and the impact that it had on how I appear in search engine results. Suffice to say that between moving my website to Kinsta, applying the optimization tips that were recommended to me by Brian, and working a little bit harder on being diligent with my SEO, I was actually able to overcome my COVID dip and get back to where I used to be, and even better. This is the end of one chapter of Andrea Optimizes Her Website. But who knows, maybe in the future there's more to discover and more to test. Let us know in the comments below if there's anything else you're curious about, like a security audit or even an accessibility audit. Happy to use my website as a guinea pig. Bye for now.